So ever since the president came onto TV and declared a national state of emergency because of the COVID-19 pandemic, or here in the state of Michigan, our governor came on TV to announce her stay-home executive order, I've heard a lot of things from our leaders, from these politicians that we have elected with regard to the situation on a global level, on a national level, and on a state level. And these people are supposed to be handling this. The governments have to handle this because on an individual level, we just don't have the resources to do it. And we're not very organized. And quite frankly, people are just flat out disregarding requests or orders to do measures, to follow measures that the doctors and scientists are recommending that we do in order to slow this down, in order to be able to deal with this better. So whether it be at an individual level or at the government level, there just seems to be all kinds of screw-ups all over the place. We're getting mixed messages from our leaders. We're getting mixed messages from the doctors and scientists that they are relying on. And there's a lot of finger pointing. The governors are blaming the president's firing back at the governors. There's a lot of stuff going on. And these guys are definitely soaking up all the free publicity they can, whether they're planning on getting elected in November or they're planning on getting elected in 2.5 years. They're using this right now. Don't be surprised if some of these people come back at a later point and say, I saved the state, or I saved the country, or whatever it is. So they're out there giving us a lot of information, some of it good, some of it bad. And there's contradictions, things are changing on a regular basis. You really don't know what to believe. But something I haven't heard them say, and I'm kind of disappointed, is what's our exit strategy? The closest I've come to hearing anything about an exit strategy is we can't just turn everything back on with a flip of a switch. Well, no kidding. So what businesses are going to be allowed to come back first? What jobs are going to be deemed essential first? How are we going to gradually do this? They've had weeks and weeks to come up with some sort of exit strategy for this, or at least a preliminary plan that they could announce to the American public or to the residents of the state to say, right now, our plan is to do X, Y, and Z. But I'm not hearing that. And that doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence that they know how long this is going to last, or how they're going to deal with it. And we've seen what happens when you go into something and you don't have an exit strategy. Look at what happened in the Second Gulf War. No exit strategy. What a mess. So I think they should be using their time a little bit more wisely and trying to come up with some plans. And if they are coming up with plans, why not be a little bit more transparent with the American public or with the citizens of the state to say, this is how we plan to do it. And as those plans change because the situation changes, or you think of something better, or somebody brings something up that says, hey, now that we know your plan, let me tell you why, my opinion, why this won't work. And they go, oh, we didn't consider that. And then they change the plan a little bit more. Why can't they be more transparent with us about this? Why can't they give us, it would give a lot of people a lot more reassurances. I think it would be better for our stock market too if they were going out there and talking about an exit strategy. But I'm just not hearing that. And until I do, I don't know how much faith I'm going to have in the government. I'm going to continue to do my best as a law-abiding citizen to follow the stay-home order and to do my best to limit my business to necessary. And I'm going to do my best to make my bills on the limited income I have, being stuck on unemployment, and do my best to try to contribute in whatever way I can to the economy, and do my best not to spread rumors and fearmonger and do all the things that so many other people are irresponsibly doing. And I'm not saying that our government is not without fault, or our government is just, I don't like having to look towards the government for answers or for assistance at this time. I'm the kind of person that kind of handles my problems myself. So this is very frustrating for me that I have a plan for everything I do, and I have contingencies built into my plans. And it just seems like our government doesn't. And until I hear otherwise, I'm just not going to have very much faith in them. So is it a little bit too much for them to go out and just maybe every time they have one of these press conferences, talk about what they've been thinking about doing in the future? What is their exit strategy? Or am I just alone in this thought?